So Geert, please tell us why you have all different colors for landing pigeon.
Yeah. We have about 100 widwoods, yearlings and all birds together. They are in these lofts. We have 5 compartments, with every compartment have another color. Every pigeon on the compartment has also a colored ring, same as the compartment, because then we know which pigeon belong to which loft. Also, yearlings and all birds are through each other. We build every time they release one pigeon, it's filled up the nest case with another yearling.
So that one is help for you feeding, and you give different beer for different race, or
Not for the feeding or the care for the pigeons, but at the start of the season we can play loft by loft, because on every loft there are old birds, yearlings, and we don't have to bother the other compartments. But later on, when the national racing starts, we have to pick pigeons from the different lofts, but at the start we can play loft by loft.
so how many races you have every season?
We have a lot of races here in Belgium. Every week we can play middle distance, several long distance, and even each weekend several national races. So and all these races are with all birds, yearlings. So that's the reason why when we want to play the full program of every race, we need a lot of pigeons, all pigeons, yearlings, to participate to all these different races. It all began with my father's father, who lived also on this area. He was a little farmer. He had pigeons for his free time. In the 70s, my father started to have pigeons on his own. They played with 2 fanciers on one area. At that time, in the 70s, the sprint racing was very popular here in Belgium. So he started as sprint racer. Later on, to the middle distance and to the distance. That explains why we have the family of pigeons who can do all the distances. We not begin as with the idea to play the long distance, so it is an evolution on our loft.
So your grandfather and fathers play long distance, it's not short?
No, started as short.
Start short.
Started
so
as
your
short.
Grandfather start short, and then
father also on short, but then the short racing less pigeons, so they have to go to middle distance, and from middle distance starting 1 or 2 and giving to the long distance. So it was an evolution of sprint racer to fund racing in, let's say, 30-40 years.
Can you tell us some of your most important results for you and your father?
Yeah. Most important results, of course, last year was Super Year season with the first national champion long distance. We had in 2011, we were winner of the Belgian Master, the one loft race. We won, I think, almost every championship there is in Belgium. But more important to us of winning first prize and winning championships is that we can reach a high prize percentage. If we go with 10 pigeons to the race, we prefer 8 prizes than 1 prize and the first prize. You see, we want our pigeons to win, to be, and winning is not always that first prize, but winning is have a good result, and we want to achieve that we go to a race as a team, and that the team performs well. Not one individual pigeon who get the top prize, no, the team who has a general good result.
We know last year you are champion for full all Belgium for long distance. What most important result you have this year for you, or what you win this year?
Yeah. This year we had already a few good national results. Example on Limoges National, Poitiers National, where we entered not so many birds but had a good prize coefficient, and early national prizes.
Are your birds successful at other fancier?
Yes, we can say that a lot of fanciers play well with our pigeons in Belgium, abroad. We had a lot of positive reactions of results with our birds in very different countries. They perform well. That we see once people buying pigeons here, in a few years later we see them back. So that guarantees us that they had good results with it. It's not a lot of people publish or say it loud or write it on pedigrees, but if they return, that gives us the satisfaction that they were had good quality.
Can you show some your best breeders and best race pigeon?
Race pigeon will be very difficult because now we are in the middle of the racing season, and we cannot let handle the birds because in a few days they have to go to race. So you have to excuse us. You're always welcome later at the end at the season to handle, to see. But at the moment, pity, we cannot show them because racing for us is the most important part of the pigeon sport. So
okay, we understand that one. And can you show some breeders?
yeah, breeders, no problem. I show you the 3 pigeons that are the main fathers of all our races at our loft. The 3 pigeons are the Dortmunder and the Mortifer. 2 pigeons who has been Olympic pigeon in 2009 in Dortmund. The Dortmunder for the Font racing, the Mortifer for the extreme long distance. The 3rd pigeon is the Nij. Nij, he performed well, but he became well known because he bred a lot of winners. A lot of winners who also on their turn had good children. So this makes a very important line of pigeons in our loft, and together with son's daughter, Dortmunder, Mortifer and Nij, we make a good combination of a solid basis of racing pigeons who are nowadays at our loft. For breeding we have 10 individual nest boxes with on every box 1 couple. So it has a great advantage because first of all we can change a lot of hens with the cock because there is no competition in 1 box. And a second advantage is we are 100% sure that children of this box are of that couple. It gives us the guarantee that's the guarantee of a box. This bird is the Dortmunder. It's a pigeon from 2004. He has been Olympic pigeon on Font in Dortmund 2009. He developed himself as a very good breeding pigeon. A lot of children, grandchildren are now on our racing team. This bird is the Mortifer. He is also an Olympic pigeon for the extreme long distance, over 800 kilometers. His children or grandchildren perform very well on the long distance. His wing. This is another 204 grandfather of our loft. His name is Nai. He has been a good racer, but more important, he is an excellent breeder. His children and grandchildren are champions, and they have a good reproduction. The line is very well. I want to show you an excellent old breeding cock. It's from 2007. 30, 80, 195. He's a blue cock, deep back, and strong, long pants. Bit nervous because he's not used to handled. Clear eye.
So Geert, please tell Polish fans here what kind of food do you give your birds and what kind of products you use for breeders and racer team.
For food, we use always the different products of Verzelellacher. We are very satisfied with the quality they offer. Always clear, nice food. You see, they do a lot of invention for quality, and you see it in their products that it's really. When you feed it to your pigeons, they eat it all. They don't leave a lot that's not good for them. It's a good mixture. It's a well thought concept of food. That's why we like the Verzelellacher products. Also for the extras, we use also Verzelellacher vitamins or the grit products. Specific for our loft and products is that we use the product of Cocabam. Cocabam is not real a medication, but it's a kind of extra vitamin. I always compare it when you give a child vitamin C. It doesn't make the child better for health, but it makes him more resistant against bad influence of making him sick. So when you can make your pigeons stronger to be not sick, they are stronger in health. That's a different way of thinking. You make them, you not cure them, or you not give them medication, or you not give them vitamins when they are a little bit sick, but you make that they are not on that level of being sick. And that can be the little percentages that can make the difference between price and winning.
Who make these products, Cocabam?
Cocabam is made by a little factory here in Belgium. When they first launched the product, they came to here for test case. Then we took it to a laboratory to examine, as it was not, but it was 100% nature product. So we start giving it, and we really saw that the health of the pigeon, the vitality was good. So we are now giving it already 10, 12, 15 years, I don't know exactly, but the results are there. So we keep giving it, and if you have a system who is good, who give results, then you have to continue it. So I only can advise to try it. Cannot say use it, but try it and see the difference. And that's, you have to have the own experience with it. Not giving it because somebody tells it, but you have to see it.
So please tell something about your system, what you used for race pigeon, what day, what food you give, and what products for water and for...
Yeah. Our focus on racing is on the longer middle distance and long distance. So that means that the pigeons are minimum 2 weeks home between 2 races, or for the longer races sometimes 3-4 weeks. So when they come home we can start with lighter food and we build up to stronger food, but the principle we do is we always give them plenty of food, because we believe that a good pigeon or a normal pigeon, he picks out of the food what his body needs, and when you give only by spoon, they have to eat everything, even if they don't like it or if it is the product that they don't need at that moment. Smart pigeons know what their body needs. We believe strongly in that nature feeling about the pigeon. Pigeon who eats too much grown fat has not the good race results. But when you reduce the food, he don't go in also. So a pigeon has to be strong by itself and choose his food.
So you say you have 2 different teams for race, one for middle distance and one for long distance. That means you give different food this bird, or?
To say 2 different teams is not the right way to put it. We start pigeons with on one loft. They go in 1 year. They go from sprint and they build up. And the pigeons who do well on the middle distance, they stay on the middle distance. The one who perform reasonable but not top, we take them further. So it's not a different family for middle distance, longer middle distance and long distance. It's the same family, but some of them prefer better on middle, some prefer better on longer. 2 brothers, one can be winner middle distance, one can be winner long distance. So same family, but we let the pigeons race on the distances they prefer or they perform best on. And concerning food, they are on the same loft and we give open food, so they eat the same menu, they eat the same food. Sometimes also when the middle distance pigeons just come home, the longer distance are already home and resting, they also have to eat then the lower food, and also have done the building up to the next middle distance race.
Because some people it's a thing pigeon for long distance, it's for long distance. But you say now it's some pigeon for same breeding pair, it's for middle and for long distance.
That's the pigeons we want to breed. That's our, how we call it, specialty. We don't want to breed only for longer distance, we don't want to breed only for middle distance. We want to have a pigeon who can fly from, let's say, 400 kilometers up to 1000 kilometers.
So your pigeon is not only good for 1000, you have pigeon for distance 400 to 1000, and you win 400 kilometers races as well. With
almost, you can say, with brothers sometimes, the one who perform well on the middle distance, they stay on the middle distance, and the other ones we go further on and we see how they react on longer races.
So can you show what you used, what kind of products you used for racing team and breeding?
We show you one for one what the most food we give. First of all, we start with breeding mixture. Rich food, a lot of mice and a lot of little seeds in it. Sport mixture for wheatwoods. For the wheatwoods.
That one is for racing team.
Racing team, yeah.
And every time you used one food or you mix some food together?
When the first days they home, there's a lot of I think,
Good.
see more lighter food. It's the Gary Plus mixture, and then after a few days extra sport with it, and after a few days 100% sport.
So you noticed how some fanciers 3 or 4 or 5 different food. You have to prefer.
No. We only use the Verzela Laha mixture because we believe and we know they do a lot of research for the ideal mixture for pigeon. So when you mix 2 or 3 different products, you lose that investigation, that research for, and we believe they do good work on it for to make it a complete food. So we trust in it. Yeah. It's a mixture for young birds.
Dat het meer clear zo
It has a lot of more lighter food with a lot of little seeds.
So you used extra seed, small seed, or
No, it's inside the food already.
so you nothing mixed yourself. You just put what you have and nothing yourself.
En als je bent, kom met een beetje snoep, hè. Doe je dat ook toe. Een beetje doen.
This what we call snoop. It's called candy. Just to let them come in
When you give that one,
before they come inside.
In the boxes.
Alright.
A little, every box.
It's kind of reward for. On a daily basis, we give to all our birds kokabam. This is a product made of herbs out of Caucasian. You have to put it in the water, and it's a product who makes a pigeon stronger and more resist to influence of sickness and weakness. It makes the pigeon stronger. Does not make the pigeon better, but a healthy pigeon wins. That's a fact, and we know we give it, and we know a few other top lofts of Belgium who play long distance. They give it also. It's not so well known, but I think it's a secret of a lot of good playing pigeons, pigeon fanciers, and it should have more credit. It should be more known and given because we really believe this is a good product.
and you give this product every day?
Every day on the water. It stays 2 days, maximum 3 dait has its power that it works. You have to change it every 2-3 days, but it's when you stop giving it, it also loses its power. So you have to give it every day to keep it on a constant level in the body of the bird. Now I show you how we make the mixture of kokabam. It's delivered in 5-liter cans, but we do it, turn it over in little boxes of 1 liter. It's easier to use. So first, and 50 milliliter on 1 can of water.
So 1 can it's for 2 liter, 3 liter,
3 liter.
3 liter. So 50 milliliters for 3 liter water.
Every day we make fresh one for the wheatwoods, but it's like I said, it stays 2, 3, maybe 4 days. It stays active, the product. So it's a pity to throw it all away after 1 day. So we collect it in a can and then we give it to the other pigeons on our loft. So it's still powerful, but not first day powerful, and that goes to the wheatwoods.
So we can say you believe Kukabam it's a gold products what you used and you believe it's make good results.
Yeah. It not make good result, but it makes your pigeons healthy, and it's important to start a race healthy, because he maybe has a lot of quality, but if the pigeon is not healthy, he's not going to win. So you have to combine quality with health is winning. That's the triangle. You cannot have one without another. Very important on our lofts is the air circulation, because we are convinced that healthy birds need fresh, clean air. But then again, the birds cannot be in this air circulations, because then they have the big heads and they cannot get in condition for racing. So we have a system on our all bird loft that it's open on the back side, open on the front side, that the air circulation can be over the heads of the birds, but it's closed over their heads and open in front of them. So the older air can go up and can be replaced by new air in front of the pigeons, but not they are not involved in that air circulation. Easy for us to have the compartments is that every loft has a color. So every pigeon on each compartment has also a ring with that specific color. So then we know when a pigeon is on another loft, we see other color, we know immediately where he has to be. Because if you have more pigeons, you cannot know from everywhere where he belongs, and on the color ring we immediately see if he is on the right loft or maybe on the wrong loft.
So color it's make you have all colors for middle or long distance, and you know what bird it's for.
No. It's because on the same loft, on one compartment there are old birds, there are yearlings, and because in the beginning of the season when we play every 2 weeks, we play them by loft. The whole loft go to one race. So on that race then we have old birds, yearlings, but later on the system is so complex that you need pigeons from everywhere, from all the lofts to one race, and then when they come home we know by the ring in which loft they belong. At this moment we are basketing our first round of youngsters, the cocks, for a race of 325 kilometers. Yesterday we already basketed the hens for a race of 450 kilometers. They all have to come home on Saturday tomorrow. Basketing for a young bird race of 325 kilometers. We have 36 young cocks in the race, so we're hoping the best for tomorrow.
I'm Dirk Spreeuw, Vice President of the KBDB, the Belgian Federation. I'm also President of Sport. What I can tell you about sport.
So why Belgium pigeon sport is going that down? 10 years ago it's 80,000 members and now it's only 25.
We have, I think, two problems. First problem was the restriction of building lofts. We have a period, let's say 20 years ago till 6-7 years ago, we have a restriction of building a little loft. If you have a restriction to build a loft, because sometimes you cannot. You have a lot of new buildings, but the young families just can build their house, a garage and nothing more. The last 7 years that is changed and now we have more opportunities to build lofts. The other thing is the expenses. The expenses are too much. You have the feeding, you have to basket the pigeons, and to go to the national races you have to pay 3, 4, 5, 6 times because you have different results. It's not once you pay for everything. Another reason can be that young people want to be free. Let's say if you have a family, you want to be going out, and we are even in Belgium. We are not so far that you can go out, and the pigeons are falling, and it's all on the computer.
Since a few years, the KBDB organize national races themselves. What's the reason for this, and will it go further on that way?
I think it will go further on because we see what the profit is of doing the races ourselves. When we started 3-4 years ago with doing the races ourselves, we put expenses down. Means normally we pay, let's say, 175 for a national race as a cost to sending them, €1.75. Now it's 135. Means that's 25% off. If we have big races and a lot of pigeons, maybe we can go down and down again. Plus, if we have everything in our hands, then we can discuss the prices. We did it already with the other organizations, that everyone has to ask the same price. And that's already a result we get the last 2-3 years. But maybe we can do better because and controls and everything you do, the trucks, if you build your own trucks, if you build the controls in the trucks, maybe once you have an expense, but maybe you get advantage in the future for that.
So please tell something about your club and system what you play.
We play here at a local club. At the start of the season there are sprint races. Then all the pigeons go to 100, 200, and of the 300, 400 races we play them every fortnight, every 2 weeks we play them. When they go further, 500, 600, we play them every 3 weeks, and 800 sometimes 1 month. But in Belgium the system is like in the middle of the season, at the top moment, there are sometimes 4 or 5 races with all birds and the yearlings. There are mostly one international race.
But these 5 races, it's for 1 week?
1 week.
1 week, 5 races?
Yeah. An international race, a longer distance race, a national for the big half fund, and then the local races, sometimes 1 or 2.
So if you want basketing for all these races, pigeon, you need keep more, because it's an everyday race.
Yeah, you need a lot of pigeons, because 5 races a week, but the other week there are also the 5 races, but you cannot take the same pigeons. So you need some need to rest. So you need, when you want to play the full program in Belgium, you need a lot of pigeons. We have about 100 all birds and yearlings together, and sometimes we have to look out to have pigeons to participate. It's very difficult.
So program with Belgium, it's very hard. How many years for season you had? If you have 5 a week for full season, how much races? If you want to play all, I mean.
I have to count it on the program. I don't know it by head, but sometimes it's too much. The program is when you want to participate on everything, the program is too heavy. But yeah, when you don't have the space or the number of pigeons for it, you have to choose on what direction you go. You go to the longer distance, to the middle distance. We can understand that choice.
So that's why you play more important for you. It's a middle distance and long distance, and you no need to play for all distance and basket 5 times a week pigeon.
Then our pigeon heart comes up. Then we divide it more to can participate to all the races. The races are there, and we want to participate, so we look out for. Sometimes we go to the most international races. We go with 2 pigeons. And let's say the national championship of last year, we won. It was on 3 races above 800 kilometers, and on 2 of these races, Pau and Marseille, we only had 2 pigeons in that race. Barcelona, we played with 4 pigeons. So we are not the fanciest who go with a lot of pigeons to the nationals, but we play them all. And yeah, we look out to give pigeons who can perform well on these races. Who can win prizes.
How you select young birds? It's a hard selection, or what do you think?
Yeah, young bird racing for us is not important. We have a first round of youngsters. We play with them, but we don't force them. We don't couple them up. We don't do extra motivation. We only play them to the races to do experience for the all bird racing. With the hens we go further, we do the national racing program, but the cocks they fly the provincial races, let's say up to maximum 600 kilometers, and they fly their races to do experience. We don't expect any results of them. We just see if they win prizes or not, and on the prizes they win, the conditions they are, the origin they are, we make selection to become yearling.
So how many you say you put cock for maximum, young cock for maximum 600 kilometer?
Yeah.
You not think that one be too much for young birds?
No, they can do, that's no problem. But not one race maximum on that, but a few races, 450 kilometers, they do.
And you feel still for old bird that one it's good for pigeon, it's no make pigeon slower or something like that?
No. If they are not forced and have raised too much, that's good for become yearling. It's only becomes a problem when they do all, let's say 4, 5, 600 races. We think that's too much for a cock as yearling.
And then 1 year old pigeon, how you raise? It's same, you put 1 year old bird for 800 kilometers or 1000, or you still keep for 600 maximum?
No, the most go to the national racing of the heavy middle fund. That's about the 600 racing. But if you also go to races like St. Vincent, that are about 800 and more.
So Dortmund there and Morty Fair and you, 3 best breeders and best racer. It's you put same for youngsters to old or different?
They do, as youngsters they do the same program, and then we see as yearling what their favorite distance is. Do they perform well on middle distance? They stay on middle distance. They perform but not that good on the middle distance. We move further on with them. We let them. We do an 800 race to see if they are better on the longer distance.
How much time you need select pigeon for middle and old distance? You know this bird is good for middle distance and that one for...
Yeah. To be very specific, it takes more than 1 year. After a yearling, it's difficult to say. But as yearling, there are 4, 5, 6 middle distance races, and after 2 or 3, you don't convince about the bird for doing them all. Then you can let them do 1 or 2 800 kilometer racing, and see if they perform on that 2 longer distance. If they do, okay, we know next year he only flies the longer distance, and if they perform 2 times, 3 times well on middle distance, they stay on that. But the next year, it's again it's a question. We start up, and if he is not that good anymore on middle distance, we move him on. So it's a search for the quality of the bird.
So thank you very much for your time showing some birds, and we wish you a lot of success in the future racing and breeding.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time and your effort for making our loft more known in Poland, and we hope that our results can be known over there, and maybe later when our pigeons are there, that Polish Ventures can have some success with our bloodlines. We have here something who is mostly on this way, but if it happens that there are bad rays or bad conditions, then we are like this as pigeon fancier.